This month's topic has been around payments and reporting. So if you've joined our previous sessions, you would have seen our payment schedule, online payments, you would have seen time and expenses. So for the last session of the month, we wanted to tie it all in with visibility into all your payments. So we're going to have a look today at the financial reports that are available on Houzz Pro. Yeah, Flora, could you click on the next one, please? Perfect. So intention of the month, as I said, this month's topic was around payment and reporting, everything to do with the financials, the numbers inside of Houzz Pro. We saw how to get paid quickly. We saw how to keep track of your billable work. And today, specifically, it's visibility into all of your payments. A little bit of the agenda for today. So we're going to start off with a group discussion just so we can all learn from each other, understand the importance of financial reporting as well, what it looks like. Then a little bit into why is it important? Why is it beneficial for everyone to keep track of their numbers and make this whole process a bit more approachable to everyone as well. Then Flora is going to guide us through a feature demo to show us the actual tools inside of Houzz Pro. And we're going to wrap it up with some takeaways and survey just to gather your insights and for all of us to be able to share how we can continue to improve these sessions and make them more relevant for your business. With that being said, I'm Viviana. I'm the team lead for the product support team. We host these workshops, training sessions. We also have Flora here today from the product support team, and we have Fabienne, who's gonna lead this group discussion, and she's part of our client onboarding team. So Fab, take it away.
Hi guys, hello everyone. I hope you are all very well. Very lovely that you have that you're here today. So I want to start a little bit of a group discussion because we are interested in what you are experiencing through daily with financial reports especially. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you some questions. They're not going to be hard questions, just going to be like about your business life, basically. But either you can unmute and you can talk about what you experience, or you can also, if you feel more comfortable with it, just type in the chat. So you can open up the chat and do that from there. So we would just want to get a little bit more visibility into all of your payments. So I have two questions already here. So why is it important to understand your business financials?
Because otherwise you won't know whether your company is doing well or not.
Sorry, could you repeat that for me, please?
Because otherwise it's difficult for you to know whether your company is doing well or not.
Yeah, great answer. Yeah. So I can also see picture of the business health, and Henry is saying to make sure it is profitable. So that's absolutely right. Yeah. Flora, do you mind to go one more slide further, because it's actually and one more. I think it was just showing a bit weird. Yeah, thank you so much. So what kind of tools at the moment do you use for your financial reporting? For example, do you maybe use an accounting software? Do you use Xero? There's QuickBooks. A lot of professionals use Excel. Okay, Word, Excel. Okay, I can see. So Henry is using Excel and Flora says Word. No, it's basically great. So very interesting. I'm very excited to show you, or to let my colleague show you how to use Houzz Pro to do that. So Claudia is also saying IV, Excel, and accountant. Great. Yeah, only the office tools. Good. Great. Okay, that's good to know. So how do you keep track of your incoming and outgoing transactions? Within incoming, I mean everything that you get paid for. Outgoing is like if you have to pay for transactions, etc. How do you keep track of that? Okay, so Henry's saying recording invoices in the platform, Google Drive, for example. Yeah, okay, that's good. So how are you tracking like yours and your team members? Oh, hi, good morning. And your team members' time and expenses? Ivy. Anyone else? QuickBooks. Yeah. Okay. Great. So free agent. Okay. Great, Henry. Thank you. So what we want to do today is we want to show you the benefits. And Flora, if you mind to go to the next slide. Thank you so much, Flora. So today we wanted to show you the benefits of using Houzz Pro. So you'll be going through a demo in a second, but just to clarify, what are the benefits? Oh, 1 second. So sorry, just no worries, Christina, we'll do that. Don't you worry. So some of the benefits to use Houzz Pro is obviously simplicity, transparency, and business insights. So simplicity is having all of your financial data in one place, and it only takes seconds to generate a report. And also you'll have the ability to adjust the filters to your business needs. And it's very transparent because it's easily trackable transactions across all projects. You have easily trackable transactions across all team members. So it's very visible as well. So also beneficial is to have some more business insights, visibility, and that's something we talked about in the beginning. You do financial reports to keep your financial health, and that's what we do with Houzz Pro as well. So your visibility of your financial health, insights around project and for profitability, and it provides financial data to make better informed decisions at the end. So those are the things we know that you can benefit from when you use Houzz Pro. And then you will now get a feature demo of one of my colleagues, and they were talking about using payment reports, transaction reports, and time billing reports.
Yes, thank you, Fabienne. Hi, everyone. So as Fabienne said, today we will see together the demo of the 3 different financial reports she just mentioned. So I will show you my screen. Up. See. Okay. Here we go. So first of all, a little reminder, as you probably already know, to go to Houzz Pro. So first you go to houzz.co.uk, you log in, you arrive to your profile here, and then you click on Go to Houzz Pro, and you arrive here on the software Houzz Pro, and here is the layout you get when you arrive on the first page. So the financial reports today, they are on the financial reports here. So you go to the Manage tab, and then you click on Financial Reports here. And from here, you have all the different financial reports available on Houzz Pro. So you see you have a few different. So the first one, the payments, we will dive into it together. It's all the payments, incoming and outgoing, that are generated on Houzz Pro. So it will be the money that you receive, the money that you spend, and all the amounts that have been invoiced. We will see that it's a bit different, receiving and invoicing payments, and the remaining liabilities. We will see that together. There is a VAT report here. We won't go on this one today. Then here we have the transactions. So we will see the incoming transactions and the outgoing transactions that are all organized per project. And here we will have, we will dive into this general report where you have the time that has been billed per team member and per project. So to start, we will go on the payments one. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to interrupt me or write in the chat. We will have see a lot of things today. So it's, you know, just don't hesitate to tell me if you have any questions. So here is what we can see when we are inside a payment report, the general overview of the payment report. Now I want to show you how a document will be reflected to your payment report. So we will take an example. So let's say we want, we will create an invoice, for example. So we go to our project here. As you know, to create an invoice, we have to create it from an existing project. So I take this project, living room, for example, here, and then I go to proposals here. So I will start on the proposal. I will start from scratch. And here we have the layout of a proposal, right? So we will start to add some items from the library, items that we clipped with the clipper. Let's say we want this sofa. We want, let's say, this one, this chaise longue, and this one here. So here we have our different items. So now that we have entered the different items, we want to decide of the payments we want to link to this document, right, to this proposal. So here we have this total of £1,398. And here in this section, we have the different payments we want to link to this document. So it's here where you decide the scheduled payment and the deposit you want to request. Let's say we want to schedule a payment. So here, for example, let's say we want to ask in percentage 50% of our proposal here. So it's $6.99. So it's half of our total over here that we want to receive first before starting the project. And so then the second payment will be the other half, let's say. So for now, we will, before starting the project, we are waiting for this first half, right? It can be 50%. I know some of you will ask 30%, for example. So once it's all good for you, you can approve the document here. So let's approve it. And so we will, thanks to that, we will be able to go further. We will be able to log payments. So we are still on a proposal that has been approved here, as you can see. And so here we have the availability after validating the proposal to approving, the proposal to log a payment. So we will log this first payment. Let's say we have received it. We have received 50% of the payment. So we log it. We decide the way we receive the money. So let's say it's a bank transfer. And we click on done. And now we have logged this first payment, which is 50%, right? So now let's see on our report how it is reflected. So we can select the date. We will select the date of today. So for today, we can see that we have received £6.99, right? We haven't invoiced anything yet. So it's normal that we have zero. And here we have the liability, meaning the money that we received, but that we haven't invoiced yet. So for now, everything makes perfectly sense. Everything we had on the proposal is reflected on this part. So now let's say that we want to create the invoice. As we receive this 50%, we're sure the project has been agreed with the client, so we create the invoice. When we create the invoice, we agree that so the payment of $6.99 from the proposal will be applied to your invoice. So we linked the remaining payments from the proposal to the invoice. That is very important. And we click on create invoice. So now the document leaves the proposal part to go to the invoice part. Here we have partially paid, right? So it's normal. We still are waiting for the other half of the payment. And here it's paid, and we just need to log payment here. So let's see how it is reflected on our document now. So I select the date. Okay, perfect. So we select today. And now, as you can see, we have a total that is invoiced now. So the liability has been moved to the invoice as we have invoiced £699. So it's logic. Now we want to take care of this second half that hasn't.
Laura, I'm just gonna pause you there because I know it's a lot of numbers that we've been looking at so far. So if anyone has any questions or would like Flora to repeat anything that we've seen before, please feel free to just unmute yourself, ask the questions, or put it in the chat, and we can do it again. Just a little recap of what's happened so far. So Flora created a proposal, it had those payments, and once she logged the payment in a proposal, if you could open the payment report, Flora, please.
Sure.
That'd be great. Yeah, when she logged a payment on the proposal, it showed up as money that we had received, but it was also showing as a liability. That happens when money that you've collected isn't in an invoice. So now that she's put it in an invoice, it moved from liability into total invoiced. Just a little recap. And Flora, take the floor, please. Of course.
Sure. So yes, exactly. So now we have no liabilities as the money that has been received has been invoiced. So now when we take care of the second half, okay, here I click on log payments. Same, I select how the method of payment. So let's say bank transfer again. I click on done. And now I have received the two payments, right? I have received them. I also have invoiced them, right? As we are working on an invoice right now. So if I refresh my page, here we have the two payments, right? So 1,398, which is the amount we have here. So is the total received. The two payments have been invoiced, and so we have no liabilities. So here is how it works for the payment reports. Now let's move to the next report. That is the transactions report. So we will start with the incoming transactions per project, which will be a summary of all the incoming transactions that are organized per project. So if I click on view report, you will see that the document we just saw before will be reflected on that part as well, as it's money that we have received. So I select the date of today again. I can select the project I was working on, living room. Apply changes here. Don't forget to click on this button to apply the changes. And here we have the amount we saw just previously on the proposal that became an invoice, right? It makes sense. It's a transaction report focused on the incoming transactions. We have received this money, so this money is reflected on this part of the report. So everything makes sense for this one. if we go to the other one, which is the outgoing transactions by project. So this one will be all the money you are spending on a project. So let's see. So it's kind of the same layout, as you can see. And here it will be the money you're spending on a specific project. So for example, let's say we have this invoice here, but actually this invoice, one of the item is an item that you spend on behalf of the client to order it to a vendor, right? So you just need to click on more actions here and to click on create purchase orders. And here you will be able to decide for which items you want to create a purchase order. Let's say we want to create it for this one, Kivik. Here we select a supplier. Okay. Here. And then just for this one, we can create purchase orders here. So I click on it. And so this element will bring me to the purchase orders tab here. And then, so here we have our element, this chaise longue here, which is £291. So if let's say we pay this money to the vendor, right? So we want to reflect this in our reports. So we will log the payments of £291 here. We log the payment. We marked it as billed, as we have paid it to the vendor on behalf of the client. So £291 here, and I click on create. I add the reference number and the payment date here. Okay. And I create it. Up. Here we go. And payment method as well. Let's say it's a bank transfer. So now we have logged this payment. So this payment will be reflected on our report. So we will select the different filters. So we take today again. We select the project, which is living room. We apply changes. And here we have this purchase order for invoice John Lewis. It's paid. And here we have the total here. And you can see here in your total over here, billed amount 291 and the total. So the document has been reflected on your financial report. So again, everything that will be into your outgoing transactions report will be coming from the purchase order tab. Just to show you properly, the purchase order tab. So I go on my project. You can create directly a purchase order from here. If you click here, you can create all the purchase order you want. And here, as you can see, we have our John Lewis product, right? With the date and everything. So it's up to you. It depends on how you want to organize yourself. If you prefer to go from the invoice or to create a purchase order directly. So here is for this report, the outgoing transactions report. If we have no questions, we will move to the next one. That is
do the same thing, Flora. So
yeah,
thank
sure.
you. I think for me that was really clear, but just a quick little recap again. So it was the transactions report that Flora has now shown us. which is divided in two. You can choose between your incoming transactions report, so everything that you've received, and she showed us, the money that had been collected on the proposal and on the invoice and how it's reflected there. And then the outgoing one, on the other hand, is, the payments that we have made, for example, in that purchase order, where she said that we had paid the vendor for the products we purchased for them. And then one other thing to highlight there is she was choosing from the filters at the top. So know that it is really adjustable to your business needs. If you're looking for a specific time frame, if you're looking for a specific vendor, you can use those filters in the different reports. I do see one question that's come up. Let me just read them.
You have a few, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's start from the first one. We need to create purchase orders before the invoice. So the correct process or the workflow in the Houzz Pro is you start at either the proposal or the estimate, then you do the invoice, and it's from the invoice that you move into a purchase order. So purchase order being the last step of the process. Second question, how to record the trade markup discounts. Claudia, could you explain this question for us a little bit more, either in the chat or if you feel comfortable unmuting yourself?
Yeah, sorry. So if I have, I send an invoice to a client, which is higher than what I'm going to, than the purchase order, because for the purchase order, it's a trade price, and to the client, I charge it a retail price.
Yeah.
Then what about that difference? Where is that then shown? Does it then just show as like I just never quite.
Yep, good question. So in the software, is this an invoice? Could you open an invoice, Flora, please?
I'm on a proposal. Do you want me to go to an invoice?
Yes, if you could go to an invoice. Okay. So the software does recognize that there can be a difference in pricing. So it's different what you're going to charge your client versus to what you might be paying your vendor, for this exact reason that maybe there was a markup, maybe you got a trade discount. So in an invoice, if we could open, Fuller is creating one, which is great. Let's choose a product. Yep, that one. Perfect. So let's say this is the client facing document, correct? So we're charging the client. What's the total at the end here, Flora?
880.
Okay, 880 pounds. That's what we're going to charge the client. And this would show up in our incoming transaction reports because it's money that we collect. Can you then convert this document, Flora, into a purchase order with more actions? Create purchase order. Perfect. Create. And this is what we can do. So in this purchase order, if we scroll down here, you can actually go into where it says price. Yep. And you would adjust. So let's say you had a trade discount, for example, you would put a lower price, let's say 600 for this one. Yep, perfect. Which reflects, that you got that discount or that the item was marked up for your client. And this is where the difference would be. Your incoming transaction report would be higher because you collected more money, and your outgoing transaction report, how much you paid, that would be lower to reflect this difference.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
makes sense.
of course. And our third question, is there a way to track which invoices have been sent to clients? Is it indicated on the portal? Good question. Yep. So Flora, if you click on
The project tracker.
Yeah. Do you want to explain what we're seeing here?
So yeah, here from the project tracker, you can see where are going every product. So where you have linked every product to which document, basically.
Yep. So if you want to, the project tracker is great if you want to see on a product level what has been invoiced. If you want to see specifically which invoices have been sent, you can click on the invoices tab on the left-hand side, Flora. So from the main drop down. Yep, perfect. So here, it's not saying sent specifically, but it's just saying that you've logged the payment. So if you haven't sent it out to your client, it would read as draft, which is in gray. But let's say, for example, that you send that one out, Flora, to the client, that first one. Yeah. We'll see how the status of the document would change. So if we click on, there's a preview and share button. There's different ways to share your documents. And let's send it out. Perfect. If we now look at this invoices tab again, the status has updated from draft to sent. So this is the best place to look at that information. Perfect. Go ahead, Flora.
Thank you. Okay, so now we will see together the last one, which is the general report that is tracking time. So the time that has been billed by team members or by project. You will have a lot of different filters in each report. So the team member inside the team member, you will have the possibility to add a project filter. In the project one, you have the possibility to add team member filter. So it's very convenient. So that's why we will just go into one of them. So let's say we will take the time billing by team member. So if we click on it, here is what we can see. So all these different time that are recorded here are linked to the stopwatch tool on Houzz Pro. So here is the stopwatch. So this tool is very interesting because it will be a very good way for you to track your time and track the time of your different team members. So thanks to that, you will be able to keep track of everything and to manage your time and the time of your different team members. Keep in mind that you also have this stopwatch on your smartphone, which can be very helpful if you are on site, for example. So again, so everything that will be reflected on this report and the other reports just under this one, it will be they will all be linked to the stopwatch tool. So the time you will have saved inside the stopwatch. So let's say I will start tracking my time. So I click on start a new stopwatch. I am working on living room for a design service. Let's say the hourly rate is £100. I want it billable. Let's say we won't include VAT for this one. And we click on Start Stopwatch. And now we will be able to do whatever we have to do about this project. When we are done, we can click on Log Time here. So let's say I'm done. I click on Log Time. And now it will be reflected here. So you go to the Manage tab and you click on Time and Expenses. And from here, so you have the time here, you have the expenses here. But what we are interested in right now is the time. And here, as you can see, we have recorded or design service, right, at £100 per hour. So let's say we want to amend it. Here, you can amend it at any time if it's not completely reflecting how much time you spend on the project. So we are on living room. Let's say it's Natalie who did the job, £100 here. Let's say you spent 5 hours on the project. And then when everything is correctly set up, we will click on Save. Okay. So now we have £500 because of these 5 hours here. And if we are satisfied with that, we can take this time and we can create an invoice for this specific service we provided. You can take different ones if you need. You can invoice different services in one time, of course, but let's say we just want to invoice this one right now. So we click on Create Invoice here. Okay. So here we are on a draft stage, so it's not reflected yet on our financial report. So here we don't want any VAT, for example. Okay, so we select no VAT to keep 500 for the example. We have 500. Let's say we want to receive it in one chunk. So we log the payment, bank transfer. We click on done. And here we have logged the payment. So now it will be again reflected on our project. So if I select the date again, I select, for example, I want to know what Natalie did today on this specific project, living room. I apply the changes and I see that we have this £500 reflected here. We have the duration, the total billable. We haven't invoiced it yet, so it's normal that we have 0. As soon as we will invoice the proposal, it will be in total invoiced, but we can say that it's reflected on the report. So this report is very powerful again, because you are really able to track all the time that is spent by every team member on each project. So as we know, it can be a real stake for you in your business to keep track of everything. So here is the best place to do so. So here is for the different reports. Do you have any questions?
Any questions? Feel free to unmute yourselves like we've done before, or to use the chat.
Yeah, I will share my calendar, because as we know, it's a lot to learn in one day. So don't hesitate to book a call with me in my agenda, and I will be happy to dive into the different reports you want or anything else on the software. So it's in the chat right now.
Thank you, Flora. One thing that I wanted to highlight as well, all of this great data that you're working on. So Flora highlighted the stopwatch, time and expenses right now. It's just comforting to know that everything that you're doing on the software, it's automatically going to be pulled into those reports that we've seen today. So it's all that work that you're already doing automatically being pulled in and just making easier for you to understand the financials. If you click on the support dropdown, Flora, please, from your Houzz Pro account. And if you click on the Help Center button, please. I just want to highlight, we do have this section as well. So if financial report is something that you're really interested in, and after the session, you want to continue to learn a bit more on your own time, you could go to let's use the search bar at the top. So let's say it's financial reports. Perfect. And the first option, if you can click. So it says Introduction to Financial Report, which is great. If you're starting off, this could be a great starting point. It's a great article with more information. And if you scroll down a little bit, Flora, please. Yeah, there's a video there on how to get started. And if you look just below the video, yep, right there, it has a link to another article, excuse me, to another article and another video. So if you want to learn more about the payment report specifically, or about the time billing report, you can click on the exact information that you're more interested in and be able to watch the videos or read the articles when you have a bit more time. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Flora, for your demo. That was fantastic. Very good to follow as well. And we know it's a lot of information, but as Flora said, if you want, you can get in contact with Flora, or your client onboarding, or you have a lot of people around you that want to help you with everything. So with oh, everyone's muted. I'm sorry, I don't.
No, you're good. Do you want me to share the slide?
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
So at the very end, I just want to summarize a little bit and want to know from your side if you got a lot of information out of it. So after seeing the demo, how can your business benefit from financial reporting? What is your opinion? You can, again, message in the chat, or you can... Thanks, that was really helpful. Thank you. Time saving. Yeah, great. Yeah, that's great answers. Anyone else? It was really good. Okay. Better organized. Yeah, great. Yeah. Yeah, and just really see the financial health and everything. That's good. So how do you feel? Like, how confident are you using those reports? I know I've been reading a little bit with Henry. He said that he will need a little bit more help, but that's absolutely fine because it's a lot of information. Anyone else? Like, how confident are you with using the reports?
Well, I feel it's very intuitive to use, and I mean, there's always helps, and the little videos as well to help you with the feature, and also the fact that we can book a call with you guys. I feel very supported in organizing the financial side. So that's ace. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Valerie, for your answer. That was great. Thank you. That is absolutely great to hear. So with everything that you do, so whenever you feel not confident enough, you can always like open a support ticket. Vivi showed you earlier how to do that. Yeah, great to hear, Vivi. Exactly. So as we said before, if you want to explore the reports with your business a little bit more closely in a one-to-one meeting, you can book a meeting with Thor as well. So don't feel shy to do that and get more into financial reporting.
Sorry to interrupt, just reading one more. So from Indira, big confident as of now, need to try it for a project and see how it goes. I think that's a great point for everyone. So if you think of a project that you're currently working on, and if you start sending out those financial documents, then go to your financial report and check, like, how is this connected? And you'll start getting a much better understanding once you start using it.
Great. Thank you, Vivi. At the very end, it's been asked, can we link our invoices, financial reports to QuickBooks or other accountancy software? Yes, you can. There's also some videos on that. So if you go to your help section, you have some video tutorials available in your Houzz Pro, and it shows with videos how you can connect it to, for example, QuickBooks or Xero as well. So yeah, possibly. Yeah, great. Then at the very, sorry, I need to run. No worries, no worries, Claudia. Just at the very end, I'm going to send you a link for a survey. So basically, we want to keep going with these kind of sessions, but we also want to improve. So if you have just a few seconds. Oh, thank you, baby. You're quicker than me. So if you can take like very short time to just fill out 4 questions. That would be absolutely fantastic, so we can get more value out of this. So in the future, we make it the best as possible. And at the very end, I just want to say thank you for joining us today. Please feel free to come every week or whenever you feel free. You have the time, obviously, and have a topic that's interesting to you. Otherwise, I hope you have a lovely day. And yeah.
Thank you very much. And just one last question. What will be the topic for next week's agenda?
Yes, great questions. And I'll actually share our landing page, Indira, for you. So every month we have a different topic. And this month was everything on financial reporting, payments and reporting. And next month, it's actually going to be on Houzz Pro fundamentals. So getting you set up on Houzz Pro as best as possible and making sure that you're maximizing your subscription.
Oh, thank you, Vivian.
Yeah, absolutely.
One more question from Sharanya. We can use Bluebeam in this software for taking off. Why? Because the house is already having the taking off section, but the 2 measurement three measurement we are taking in the same area means it will not showing me very well. So I feel it's better to get that.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for the feedback. As you mentioned, we do have our own takeoff feature within Houzz Pro. So it would be great to connect one-on-one if you go through your support and we can see, how you're using, what your workflow is like, and then best advise according to Houzz Pro and the takeoff that we have.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Perfect.
Just one more, Viviana. Sorry.
Go for it, Indira.
Can we, do you have any sessions for or help sessions for set up online payments?
Yes, we actually had this session this month. It was
Okay.
one of the first sessions that we did in January, so I think a couple weeks ago. It will be available as a recording on that landing page. So now that we've done all of the January sessions,
Okay.
you'll see a recording section. Here, actually, I can send the recording section. Right now it has up to December. But pretty soon it will have all of our January recordings, including one about online payment and the payment schedule.
Oh, that's great, Viviana. Thank you.
Yep. Absolutely.
You can also use the link I shared to my calendar. You can also book an appointment about that if you need. So really don't hesitate to use the link as well. We can see that together.
Sorry, which link is that, Abe?
Okay, let me share it again. Here you guys in the chat. So it's linked to my calendar and you can book an appointment on it. And we will be able to see together for the integration or anything else you need.
Sure. I will book a appointment with you then. Thank you for
anytime, of course.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you everyone so much for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day.
See you.
Sure. Thank you all.
Have a good
Thanks.
day.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.